One on the left-hand side was kind of your previous, and we talked about posture, being over the ball more, getting in a better position. It just helps your arms swing. If you're very straight up, any tension that you get in kind of the shoulder blades, the arms or the back, all the movement's going to come from there, and you just end up flicking your wrist. As you'll see on here now, as you go back, your left hand doesn't really actually move in terms of how far from where it starts, and we're staying in that sort of same spot. And there's that flick there we can see in the left wrist there. Left hand's barely moving, so it's just a flick there as you go through sort of this sort of movement there. Okay, now this is the practice routine you're going to try and do. Okay, so set up to the golf ball as normal.
Yeah.
Put the golf ball
The other side.
put the golf club, so say other side of the golf ball. Okay, then with just your left hand, swing the club to where you want to go. I would say probably there would be enough for most putts, but you can see your left arm and the club now working as one unit. Okay, there's no flick in that left wrist because the club's just too heavy to flick with the left wrist by itself, so you can't do it. Okay, get that fin. Then you bring the golf club to position, put your right hand on it, which I there you go. Then your right hand on it, so that's where you want to try and get to. There you see, so that would then be, as we can see, that triangle there, and the shape of the club now is the same as it is there. You just basically rocked your shoulders to do that. Okay, then put the golf club back behind the golf ball, and then we swing to there. And look at your left hand now moving across your legs. That then shows then your shoulders now are rocking. Now, if I'm honest, there's a little bit of sway.
Too much swaying?
But I don't mind. In some ways, I think from the point of view of you putting, I'd rather have a little bit of sway and a better shoulder movement. Yeah, rather than trying to judge the wrist. It's easy to judge your arms with a little bit of sway than to try and judge the wrist flicking, because it's just very, and you'll always be that sort of tentative, sort of a bit too hesitant to go too far, and then you'll always be short. Okay, so you can swing the club back and forth. This swing was just a little bit too long. However, from a positive point of view, if we put a middle spot there and we go back to where your club went back about there and where you went through till,
oh wow,
that's pretty symmetrical to me. Okay, and if we look at where your hands started there, your hands were there, and I reckon your backswing would be about there. There you go.
Wow.
So it's a very sort of symmetrical looking sort of pendulum coming from up there, not from in there, which is all flicky wristy with no real control. Okay, that kind of makes sense, yeah.
Really,
so
really
although it's a bit of a process, but do all that process in your practice. Okay, and once you repeat back over again, we'll sort of play this in sort of half speed. Okay, so club starts behind the golf ball.
Yeah, line up.
Normal setup as you would do. Okay, club goes in front of the ball.
Yeah.
Take your right hand off it. Okay, and then just swing your arm. This gets you the left arm now, and the club getting used to what they want to try and do. Once you've established at what point your club needs to go to, you would then put your right hand back on the golf club as you do this second time round. So the club goes there, there's your finished position, put your hands on, bring her back to the setup, be one look at target just to get in your head how far the target is away, so now you're reacting, and you swing to that same spot.
Super.
Okay.
And itching to do it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So you just get yourself over the board each time. There's a bit of thought prior to the shot. Now, if you wanted to, you could always do this sort of pre-stuff back here somewhere, away from the ball, and then when you step to the golf ball, boom, hit it. The same as that drill we did there, where you had the hole kind of there, and if you have different golf balls, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and so on, and you just keep going back till you miss. Work out. You hold from there. The first one was probably about, I don't know, a foot, 12 inches, that 8 inch kind of thing, and you hold 4 putts in a row. And it didn't even look like you were going to miss. And the last one you just missed because you misread it a little bit, but they were going in ding, 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 with no it was more reactionary. The same way as if I said, grab a ball from that bag there and throw it to hole number 1, you wouldn't think about when your elbow's got a bend and when your arm's got a release. Okay, you just see the target and react. As long as your method is of a decent quality with your arm and the shoulder, not that flicking the wrist, you've got a chance.
So basically, flicking alone, concentrating on what I'm doing will improve.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
you know, with
exactly.
this matching it.
Well, we'll do your 2 putts around the 6 now if you can get around 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Excellent.
Yeah.